No, I turned it off this week. I need to. There's some kinks with it. I need to figure out.
It's a kinky autofocus. It only focuses on the kinky things.
Yeah, so it doesn't focus on me at all.
Zooms in on like insects or something. Insects are probably kinky, and they've got all those legs.
Yeah, that is the definition.
Yeah, if you got the more legs you got, the kinkier you are. I think it kind of goes. It's kind of inevitable. Isn't it? Why is that minimized? Right. Okay, we're setting Steve up.
Don't need you.
Right.
Decent.
Yeah. All right. How? I'm gonna put ahead of the recording. I've gone around 36 hours with no sleep, so I'm pretty destroyed.
Any reason?
I'm trying to be healthy, Steve.
It sounds very healthy.
It does sound very healthy, doesn't it? But like, no, yeah, like my sleep pattern got weirder and weirder, and then today I was like awake at 10 in the morning, and I was like, oh, I could probably plow through and sleep this evening.
Yeah.
And then just as we started recording, like all the fatigue just went. So might be in a weird mood. But
yeah,
that's fine.
it's like I find like sleep and that, like sleep deprivation. I find it like kind of like hunger. It's not really gradual. It suddenly hits me.
Yeah, suddenly you get smashed in the face.
Like, you know, like if you're really hungry, you don't notice, and then suddenly your stomach just drops, and it's like, oh fuck, I need to eat a lot now.
I need an apricot stat.
yeah. Well, I used to get that with sleep because like I tend to be fine. My sleep's always on and off, but like I was particularly sleep deprived. I remember during uni, my sleep pattern was really weird. It was done in two phases, like two
right.
blocks of like 3 hours throughout a day for like a year. And like I would get that, I would be fine. I'd be like absolutely like fine, and then suddenly, oh god, I need to lie down right now.
Yeah, it's just your body needs to dream, right?
Yeah,
I guess.
and it's almost like when you get to I remember being dead tired at like 2 in the afternoon, and it almost does feel like hunger. Like, yeah, you can have like caffeine and an energy drink or whatever, but it's like there's nothing to satiate that. Like, you really just have to sleep.
Yeah. And then the sleep does feel better when you need sleep, and then you sleep. It's pretty much the best thing in the world, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I might be a bit off, might be a bit weird.
Excellent.
Might be a bit,
you go full orange this week. It's not enough to have an orange light.
I've doubled the orange. I've thought, well, maybe now I've moved the moon. Last time, I think the moon was too far away or some technical shit.
Yeah.
So it was like dark with orange, which didn't look that great. So now I'm trying bright with orange. See what happens.
Yeah. To be fair, I might have a fiddle with your camera when we're actually kind of in person, because at the minute
set the orange setting or something.
With the oranges are right, but it's making your skin look grey.
Well, I think that was the moon being too far away.
Right.
That's my videographer cinematography theory. He's too grey. The moon's too far away. That's how it goes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, this is episode 236. We're on YouTube and we've got audio, so fucking do it, all right?
Yeah. Do something.
That's the intro. How are you, Steve?
All right. Not a lot this week. It's
Not
been preparations for my
apocalypse,
for my wife's second lockdown birthday thing, and it's like we're just easing out of the whole kind of lockdown thing, so you can just about see some people. So I've been trying to kind of like
hot air balloon.
Yeah, you can see people
over
from a distance.
Hello.
Yeah, fly over people's houses.
Give me cake.
Yeah.
Throwing cake at a balloon.
Yeah, it'll work. So I've been trying to kind of organise things for that as things are like sort of opening back up again. And we've just passed Easter. As a diabetic, do you like Easter?
I don't really mind it.
No.
But, because of chocolate stuff. I never really did I'm not a big chocolate person, really.
No.
Like, I never really. I think when I was growing up, my parents were like, "Do you want chocolate or a fiver?" Like,
oh, right.
Fiver, please.
Yeah.
Same with Christmas. It was like, do you want an advent calendar or do you want a fiver? So, I'll have a fiver.
If that's what was on the table, I'd probably I'll probably do the same. Yeah.
Go buy some weird polystyrene aeroplane with a propeller on it to throw around the garden. For
Oh, those are ace.
Yeah, it's better than Christmas.
I wish I was on a plane.
Fucking eggs or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the? Do you know there's Easter hats? Do you know this?
No. Oh, like bonnets, like Easter bonnets.
Bonnet, just egg hats.
Yeah, well, I
just heard the
remember
term.
when I was a kid. I think if you're in like reception or year one, there'd be like a competition to like who could make the best hat.
The most
And
competitive
it was like,
hat.
Yeah, very competitive hat themed around eggs and rabbits. It was weird. No Jesus.
What like a crown or like
Almost.
If you're a kid, you're making it out of paper, probably, right?
Yeah, so it'd be like paper mache and I guess kind of crown like. The weird thing was like nests. Like you'd make we'd
Go live in a tree for the weekend.
Yeah, well you'd have like Easter eggs and Easter eggs for some reason made sense. Oh yeah, rabbits lay eggs.
Oh,
And then we'd also make chocolate nests. Did you make chocolate nests?
No.
So you'd buy mini eggs, and then you'd get like muesli and cover it in chocolate, and form it into a nest. And then when it goes hard, you put like the mini eggs in it, and then you have a nest that you can eat, and then you can eat the eggs as well.
Good old chocolate muesli.
Yeah, but it's the only
That's what
time
kids love.
where like where the birds had been relevant for Easter as well. We all got behind like rabbits coming out of eggs. But then suddenly when it's birds, it feels weird. Like you're cross-pollinating these ideas, and I don't appreciate it. And
when's the resurrection of Christ?
Yeah, yeah.
Coming out of the hat.
And then when it comes to Jesus, they're all talking about lambs, and it's confusing.
Yeah. It's a weird.
I think the message has been lost.
Well, I think it's just I don't know. I had a neighbour when I was growing up who took it incredibly seriously in terms of
how do you take Easter seriously?
She's put on a lot of pride in her Easter egg hunts.
Right.
Like, so you have like all the kids around, and then they'd go into a garden and find eggs.
Right.
And then, I don't know, not all the eggs would be found, and her dogs would choke to death in the following weeks.
Yeah.
I guess. My dog Honey loves cream eggs, and it's a problem.
It sounds it.
So it's got to the point where she knows she's not supposed to have them.
Yeah.
And so, but she knows when they're in the house. So she'll find them. So it's Easter every day for my dog. Always hunting these eggs. So yeah, I've had to ban them from the house. No, just can't do it.
Yeah.
But she just knows they're there.
I
don't. A really good dog treat.
I don't get cream eggs. I like mini eggs. I don't get cream eggs. It's just like it's pure sugar. And it's just sweet. It doesn't really taste like anything. It just tastes sweet. It's pointless.
You can criticise my dog's, palate as much as you want, Steve.
Well, dogs. I don't think dogs really give a fuck about taste. Dogs like texture, and they can kind of sense nutrients, I guess, and energy. But like,
I sense an egg. It's a chocolate egg.
But like, really, when you're buying dog food, like all of that is marketed towards people. It's not marketed towards the dog. They're like,
you'll love it almost as much as your dog does.
Well, yeah, because you buy it and be like, oh, rabbit, that sounds really nice. I bet you'd really like rabbit. It's like the dog doesn't give a fuck. I mean, they might care, but it's not marketed towards them.
My first dog met her first rabbit when she was like 13, and it blew her mind. We went to someone's house. They had a rabbit hutch in their garden, and she just went there and just sat and stared. And we were like, "Do they want to play? I don't. No, they might.
Wasn't your first dog? Wasn't she a golden? Retriever or something. Yeah, but like they're gun dogs. Like they pick up dead rabbits and bring them to you.
I could bring up a live rabbit, I guess. But I think it was just years of just dog food like scented like rabbit, I guess, is the assumption if it's rabbit flavored, right? And then suddenly there's just a hutch of food.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? Where did you come from, and where do I find more of you, or whatever?
Yeah.
But then this dog's obsessed by eggs.
Yeah.
But I never really got the Easter thing. It seems like a weird. I appreciate the 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
I think that's like. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a necessary part of society, I think. Whenever there's a bank holiday, I'm always like, it's about time for one. It's weird. I need a break. Like, really need a break now. And
just
now
that extra day. It's nice.
Yeah. It's just that extra day makes it shorter, makes everything. And it's obviously part of that, you know, what's that? Why do you think they make you work 9 to 5? Because 9 to 6 might kill a bitch. That kind of mentality of like, oh, I'll give them a day off here, and then they won't complain for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
The whole fucking society's built around it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Edinburgh's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Duke of Edinburgh died.
The Duke.
Fucking Duke. I thought it was old non-sweat Prince Andrew. But
that wouldn't surprise me.
Another prince.
He's been mysteriously found dead.
Yeah.
He's been
choked
Epstein.
on Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead. He died. He was married to the Queen for more than 70 years. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah. How long you're married? It's a marathon. Yeah. It's not a sprint.
It's an egg race. It's an Easter egg hunt. At the end of the day, the royal family announced today via Twitter.
Yeah,
it's nice of them, isn't it?
I was never and oh my god, the royal family. I love the royal family. I was never like that kind of person at all. But of all of them, I quite liked him.
I don't know anything about any of them.
He's the least PC, least give a fuck kind of.
He's the most mad lad.
I guess, but that's the thing. Like, it's like most of it's that thing of like, well, because you're in the public eye, everything that you say will be completely pulled apart. And he seems like, as far as royals go, the least to really care about that. Right. Like, he was still just going to say what he was going to say.
Fair play.
Which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow much of the royal family stuff. Did you see the Harry and Meghan broke up with the royal family? That was a thing recently. Maybe he's the next mad lad.
Yeah, yeah.
You never know.
I mean, that I don't know what to think of all that.
It's funny.
It's kind of like
I watched the Oprah interview because it was recommended by a friend.
Oh, and Oprah! She was fucking insufferable in that.
It was so funny because it just came across like a spoiled and again, I don't know anything about the situation. It's just my warped mind looking at it. It just sounded like a spoiled teenage American brat, upset that it wasn't what she thought. She's like, "Did you know I had to curtsy to the Queen?"
Yeah.
It's like, well, I thought they just did it behind closed doors. I thought they were like celebrities. I thought it was like...
I thought they were all fake, like me.
Yeah, I thought it came across like she thought it was going to be like Keeping Up with the Kardashians of like...
Yeah.
You know, in front of the cameras, that's when you do all the fancy stuff. It's
yeah.
Like, no, you married into a really weird cult.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the cult behind doors as well.
Yeah.
It's not just going to go away.
Yeah, well, like when the vicar leaves church, he doesn't stop believing in God. Like, yeah. It's all the same. Like, it's a lifestyle.
And then it was like, yeah. And then we said we didn't want to be in the royal family anymore. And they said, well, we can't give you the same security that we give the royal family then. And they were like, what? That's harsh.
Why?
It's like, well, yeah, they said, well, are we still at threat of being kidnapped? Well, yeah, but we can't. I mean, so's a friend of the royal family. We don't have to give them security either.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and then the whole controversy was somebody in the royal family was voiced their concern about the colour of the baby. And I was like, well, if you could say who it was, then that would give more meaning. Because I think I'm imagining the royal family counts as like, I don't know, over 300 people. Over 100 people, maybe.
Yeah, are we saying like it's a staffer? Like it's someone that's...
Or a cousin or something, and it was just like, of course, with every family, there's going to be an absolute cunt.
Yeah.
I was going to wait until 10 minutes before I started swearing, but then
it's just what it... But because you don't say who it is, you tarnish all of them.
But
and it's intentional.
But it's just, are you surprised that you married into a weird family and some of them are weird? Like, it's just... Again, if she was treated with, horrific racism, then that's obviously bad. But you go, just present a better case for the public if you want them on your side.
Yeah.
But it just felt like someone who knew anything. He said, I've never Googled my husband. It's like, well,
bullshit.
You should know a little bit about the royal family before you contractually obligate yourself to become part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Have a lawyer, right? What's the deal? What if I die? They're like, oh, I don't care about the royal family, but she cared that her son was in the bloodline of the royal family.
Yeah.
And it became all weird. So, yeah, I don't know much about it, but I remember that being kind of... Yeah, maybe they're the next Mad Lads. Mad Lad royal family.
There was a weird level of, like, entitlement with her on that, which was... Well, or just, like she saw her life before as being better than it is now. Or like, as a higher status, because she was like, oh, I gave up my career to kind of marry into this family and take on this new lifestyle. And it was like, so you gave up your career of being a B-grade actress in a show that nobody watches to become a princess. Poor you.
But then again, you just go, well, then you just shouldn't have done it, right? Like,
right.
If you didn't want to marry into the royal family, then, don't. Like, you don't have to get married. I don't know how, what it was like when they were first dating, but you don't have to get married. You can read the royal family first.
It's
just
you can
do whatever.
Strange because, like, I feel like I knew my wife's family really well before we got married. Like,
right.
There was a long period of time where we all kind of like got to know each other and we knew each other inside out by the time I was married. Like, so like, how did you not know this stuff before? How were you not prepared for your life to change monumentally, if that's how it was, like, until you got married? Like, surely you knew something.
Well, even as something like, what about a threat on your life? Is that more serious now? Should you get security? Will you get security? Is there going to be something to do? What needs to be done? You'd look into it yourself, right? You'd be like, feels like this is a big thing. But, I think it was just seen as a reality show. It's like, well, I don't know, but maybe. Yeah. Maybe I should have done a bit more.
But yeah, no. For me, it's the same as it's the same as it always is. I'm not for or against either party. I don't really care about any of them. I think they're all stupid. You
live in your house.
Yeah.
You'll stay outside of your house.
Yeah.
And we'll be friends.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes. But yeah, he died this morning. I think he had heart failure, but I can't confirm that.
Yeah, well, he's been in and out of hospital for a few weeks now, I think.
Yeah, I think he had some COVID potential at some point.
I don't know. I never saw COVID mentioned, but there was like respiratory blah, 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 blah.
Conspiracy of COVID.
Yeah.
The 41-gun salute for Prince Philip across all corners of the UK has now finished. So if before this was recorded, you guys heard artillery shells firing, then it's now over. It was to celebrate, it was something to do with the death.
It's a very British way of mourning. Bang!
Shoot the sky.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No tears.
It's hilarious to me. Like, I don't know why, but I just thought, if I die, just wheel out an artillery cannon and don't tell anybody, and then just be like, fire. So I didn't know it was coming, and saw it on when I was looking up articles just before we started recording.
How many times? Firing. 41.
Yeah. 41 times, because we've got to include the naval battle cruisers as well. Like, oh, do we? Do we have to include the HMS Death from Above?
Those bullets come down,
Well, I quite like that it's a step up from American police funerals that use like rifles, right? 21-gun salute. Well, we use cannons,
and we do 41.
We're older. We're just older. The King's Royal Troop Royal Horse Artillery can be. Who named them?
Give the horses guns.
The King's Royal Troop Royal Horse Artillery can be seen firing out of the parade ground at Woolwich Barracks as the ceremony comes to an end. Artillery batteries were firing 41 rounds at 1 round every minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So lots of shells to the sky. It just seems really funny. I don't know why. I think firing and then shooting artillery cannons is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, he's dead. Well, It's what he would have wanted. Bang! And I mean, like, when I was working I was a waiter near Hyde Park for a while, and I used to chill in Hyde Park before my shift sometimes. And I was there on a Sunday morning, and cavalry started charging me with field guns behind them.
Oh.
And I was still waking up, and I was just like, and it's a real, like, there's a genuine human thing of when horses are when an army is charging you,
Yeah.
you kind of think, I should go, right? I'm sorry, I think I'm in the way. But I was just sitting by a tree and so all these horses came out. So it's the whole ritualistic horse artillery stuff is always... it's got to alarm some public people. I didn't know this was happening today.
Yeah.
They were firing from the castles at the sea, and there's speedboats in the background. Bang! Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Well, like there was a video I watched a while ago, which was like, it was a big setup thing of like this. So it's just a crowded, kind of busy street, and one guy, like, charges from behind a corner holding his lunch or something and just drops it and just like running and screaming and stuff. And there's people just walking towards the same corner being like, oh, that was weird. And then this guy in just a really obvious dinosaur suit just lumbers from behind the corner, and they all fucking shit themselves and like scrambling over and fall into the floor and everything. It's like, you know that dinosaurs aren't real, and like, you know that is a guy in a suit, but your body acts before your brain, and it's all instinctual. So, like, it's like, I guess it's the same if you see, like, the Mongol horde or, like...
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm being invaded right now, but I kind of have to assume that I am.
Yeah. It's safer to assume that I am.
And I was flaring at the time, which is like juggling with bottles, like alcohol bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, did they take offense to the routine? I'm not that good yet. I'm very sorry. So I was like clunking together bottles into a bag, panicked.
Yeah.
And then they turned around and started firing blanks at something. I was like, oh, something's going on. I think I'm okay. Look around the rest of the world. Is it still 2012 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel bad for the people being fired at, to be honest. Probably could ruin someone's day.
Yeah.
Other than that, did you do your census?
Census. Oh, yeah, I did that as soon as it came through because I'm the kind of person that would forget something like that and get charged. So I just did it immediately.
Yeah, I think I've done a census once when I was like 14 or 16.
It's the first one I've done.
I did the whole let's all say we're Jedis to get it. I think that was like when I was 16 or something like that. But like, yeah, is it every 4 years or every 8 years, something like that? But yeah, it's the first one I've known to have done. And I got it posted ages ago, and I'm the kind of guy who forgets about it, so I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then like saw loads of things like, it's the law, right? No. If it's the law, how come I haven't done this since I was 6. How often is the census? It's got to be
I think it's every 5 years or maybe every 6 years or something. But it's like it's only the homeowner that really has to do it. So if you're not in control of the home, then it's not you that has to do it. That's why this is the first one I've done.
Fair enough. Every 10 years apparently.
Okay.
So maybe that makes sense. I mean, I must have been 13 then, I guess, when I did mine 2 censuses ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, not that really interesting data to enter in, but I guess bland, standard. Where do you live? Okay. Did you live here last year? Yes. All right. Thank you for your your data.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all the stuff I remember from it was just where do you live and who do you work for?
Yeah.
What's your PIN code? All that stuff.
Yeah. What do you believe?
I don't even remember. I've got it here with me actually, but I don't remember that much. Guys did it online. I was just
same.
Don't remember. In your main job, what's your employment status? Oh, what is your name? Oh, boring.
Yeah.
That would tell people my name.
Well, why do you?
Weird practice.
Yeah. If you want to learn something about your country, ask them something interesting.
Yeah, do a load of would you rathers.
Yeah.
Finally answer the questions that everyone's been making up every 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather squirrel or apricot? Oh, I've used apricot twice now. Fuck!
Is that an improv rule?
Yeah, can't use it twice. Oh, did you like the Snapchat? The Snapchat? What's the other one? The TikTok that I sent you a while ago of that guy breaking that woman's neck.
Fucking hell. That was awful. That was
hilarious,
awful.
mate. It's so fucking great. It's for the. I'll try. I probably won't, but there's a TikTok video of a chiropractor doing a very aggressive chiropractic session on a very elderly and very withered old lady.
Yeah.
And it's proper like proper cracks,
and she's
going
screaming.
Like, "Ow! Oh my god, my back!" And her tongue is like dislocated from her face. Like, after all these cracks.
It's
and she's fine. She likes it. It's been on a few podcasts that I watch. And I just thought like, oh, TikTok. Steve mentioned TikTok. I'll show you to see what you think of this. Some people found it great. Some people find it terrible.
It's just fucking awful. Awful. This old woman with scoliosis.
Yeah, just being snapped.
Healing takes time.
And this is an Amazon Prime. He's even got a fucking catchphrase before he breaks the neck of the elderly. Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of TikTok.
Yeah.
I think other people are like, what's it, karaoke and...
Some people think of dancing and
yeah.
merriment.
Yeah, no, it's just this is a guy just wanted to be on TikTok and he decided to film himself breaking this old lady. Gotta get her social media following.
I mean, isn't I am right in thinking this, right? Like, chiropractic is nonsense, right? It is.
I
there's
think
nothing
there's something
to it.
to it. I think there's something to it, but not as much as they would apparently
Like,
have you
they're
believe.
not doctors.
I don't think so. No, I don't think they study at doctor school.
No.
But there is an element of medical stuff to what they're doing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, apparently I watched a video of a doctor analysing that video. He was like, and they were asked like, is it all bullshit? It's like, well, it's, there's some, stuff that does help.
Yeah.
But they're just really big in their own heads apparently.
Yeah.
But hey, the more people, but yeah, for some reason his whole TikTok thing is doing it specifically to elderly women.
Oh.
And it just makes it that so much worse because you're just like, oh my god. Like, don't risk that. Like, you're literally cracking their bones.
Well,
don't do that anymore.
You could pull her head off.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Please don't. But it's as well as just the panicked screams of ow. I think just screaming in general is definitely one of my favourite pastimes. Like, have you seen the old YouTube video of the bobsled run, but it's been overdubbed with people screaming?
No.
No. So I'll find it. So it's just the bobsled run, but someone's like overdubbed, like, okay, right, okay, all three. It just makes me laugh.
I need to find that.
Yeah, no, so I've probably got it somewhere. But yeah, it's just screaming in general. But yeah, so I tried to do a bit of TikTok, because I found that. So how are you, Steve? You mentioned Easter.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. There's not a lot. Easter and birthday
Resurrection of
crap
Christ
for Vix, and that's it.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah,
it's fair enough.
To be fair, it's only been like 4 days since we last did this or something. There hasn't been enough time for me to do things.
Yeah, my life goes like one bullet point every 4 days.
Yeah.
On average, so that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's. It wasn't that much news this week, but I found a few. Ketchup shortage has hit restaurants across the United States.
Oh no!
Because of lockdown.
What?
More people are doing takeaways.
Right.
And the small sachets of ketchup they put into the takeaways.
Right.
They're out.
Okay.
First it was toilet paper. Now it's this. And I thought it sounded like that. I think it was a marketing executive gave this response. I know that you're very getting into your marketing, so I thought I'd throw some Heinz marketing your way. Steve Cornell, Kraft Heinz's president of Enhancers Specialty and Away from Home Business Unit. That's a title. What are you the president of? Well, Enhancers Speciality and Away From Home Business Unit.
Yeah.
I'll have you know. Told Today Food, the company is working hard to keep up the demand for those coveted ketchup packets as the takeout industry continues to explode. The unmatched consumer love for our iconic Heinz brand, as well as our long-standing partnership with the restaurant industry, and two responsibilities we take very seriously, which is why we made strategic manufacturing investments at the start of the pandemic. I'm halfway through. To keep up with the surge in demand for ketchup packets driven by the accelerated delivery and takeout trends. Cornell also noted that Kraft Heinz has even been looking into new packaging options to help evolve with the industry.
Oh, fucking hell. Get over yourself. The unmatched consumer love for our brand.
Don't
Unmatched.
worry. The packaging is going to evolve into some kind of super packet.
We've made sure of it via investments.
Investments due to surges.
Yeah. And, here's a chart.
Nice. Pie. Know what I mean? We're evolving. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
At the same time, we also fast-tracked future-focused culinary and packaging innovations, as well as further manufacturing expansion plans, as we believe there is an enormous opportunity to grow our brand in the exciting food service industry.
Exciting.
Ketchup.
Look
ahead to the future. Cornell said the company is banking on its multiple new production lines, which he hopes will yield a 25% increase in production, amounting to 12 billion ketchup packets a year. We're going to fucking give him 12 billion. We were at 10. 12. Ketchup! Oh no, we're running out of ketchup.
I seem to remember when we were in uni, you had some pretty strong views about ketchup. It was always to be kept in the fridge, and it was always had to be Heinz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were quite strong about it, because I bought the cheap stuff before and put it in the cupboard.
It's not enough sugar.
And you were like, what are you doing?
Not enough sugar in non-high. I'm a big fan of ketchup, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I'm surprised I was adamant about keeping it in the fridge, because I find it very strange that people keep it in the fridge. I was probably rebelling against my upbringing, but like, fuck it, let's put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
And now I find it very strange that people keep any sauce that's on a shelf in a supermarket for months.
Are you an on-brand person, or do you just buy whatever brands in the supermarket for anything?
I'd probably say Heinz Ketchup is probably there's a Marks and Spencer's ketchup that is on point.
Okay.
I'll have you know. But apart from that, I made my own ketchup once. That was sand. At the end of the day, it was just a big bottle of expired sand. It was like, this did not work out. Use red wine vinegar. That feels weird. Made it wrong. It kind of worked. It kind of tasted like red.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing. But no, other things are just whatever, really. I try different. I don't use that much sauce. I try different hot sauces, here and there. But yeah, nothing crazy. How about you? Are you a Branston man?
No, to be fair, like we just buy whatever versions in the supermarket most of the time. Even things like even things like beer. Like, I was quite skeptical of like trying different kinds of beer before now, being like, well, I know what I like, and if you buy cheap stuff, it's probably going to be shit. And then we started trying it, and it's like, it's just lager, it's fine.
I think after I did a school trip at uni to the Czech Republic, and like after drinking out of one of their glasses, like everything else tasted amazing out of the right glass. I'm starting to now think it doesn't actually matter what you put into it. It's just if the glass is good, then the beer will be amazing.
I think generally a Stein just makes you feel great.
Had little ripples on the bottom. I don't know.
Oh, right, to make it bubble.
I have no idea, but it changed the taste of everything. Maybe it was just like one of those teapot things, isn't it, where you're not meant to wash your teapot. Maybe it was that, but with a glass.
Oh, yeah, maybe so you get like the tannins, so it goes brown.
Yeah,
more flavoured. Yeah. I don't know.
Taste some time. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, so more ketchup.
Loads
Emergency
more.
ketchup.
Loads more.
Is coming out.
Yeah.
In other news, a man who was arrested after refusing a temperature screening at Disney Springs in Florida told authorities he couldn't be told to leave because he'd spent $15,000 on this vacation. I bought the can't be told to leave package.
Yeah.
The man, Kelly Sills, a tourist from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, bypassed the Orlando's attractions medical screening in February and refused to get his... Wait, so Disneyland is open?
Florida in general is open.
I haven't really followed America that much, but I know people are putting on shows again. So
maybe Florida is wide open and has been for ages. And the weird thing about that is that their numbers are not dissimilar from the places that are closed. Like, it's all just kind of stayed as it was. And I think Georgia as well, and Texas started, like, they're not that laxed. Like, they still have like mask laws and screenings and stuff, but like they're pretty open. Like, the restaurants are open and stuff, which is like, I get it. Like, how long can you really? How long can you keep it up for? People need to work. People are dying.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I mean, who does this affect most? Well, families. Well, let's open up the family resort. Yeah. Where all the families from all over.
Yeah. Let's just put a mask on Mickey and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Just don't let Captain Hook destroy children's lives.
Yeah. Sorry, kids. Tinkerbell's got COVID.
Yeah, you know, Sleeping Beauty, she's dead.
Yeah, we thought she was sleeping.
She had a fever. Yeah. She lost her sense of smell, and then she died. He refused to get his temperature checked when asked by Disney employees. So he was meant to get one in February before he came out here or something.
You meant to get like
I spent $15,000 to come here, Sills said after a deputy told him that he was officially considered to be trespassing. I mean, you're not allowed in here, and you're in here. You're trespassing, mate. Get the fuck.
Yeah.
Before we get goofy on you. The report said Sills argued with the manager, yelling in before the manager told him he was no longer welcome at the park today. Banned from Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
It's weird, though. Like, now you can't get in without getting your temperature checked, and this is the same place that last year there were kids getting eaten by alligators.
Yeah. Well, at least the alligators won't get it.
No.
if the kids have been temperature checked.
We believe in safety and alligators.
Yeah. We obey our alligator overlords. I know, Disney's still a weird one. I mean, it really was the shit when you were a kid.
I'd never been.
Like, but like, it was one of those things that was like, oh, we're going to Disneyland? That's amazing. For some reason. I think it's just all your favourite cartoon characters or whatever were there, I guess.
It was like... there was something about it that was like reaching the mountaintop.
Yeah, I guess there's like you could see them in the flesh.
Yeah,
you know, and there was like rides. I can't think of anything more annoying than a theme park anymore. Like, I can do it, and I'd like roller coasters and shit like that, but like just spending all day just walking around a park.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes on a ride.
I'd still go. I wouldn't be asked about going to like Alton Towers anymore, I don't think. I've done that enough times.
You can go to Florida.
That's like fairly local. But like with Florida, yeah, I would go. I think I'm not really bothered about going on rides. Like I would, but I'm not. It's not something I'm gonna chase. But like the Universal Studios thing always sounded interesting, where like you're going into like movie experiences. Like, oh, you're in Wayne's World or whatever.
Yeah, I think like I did. I went to Disneyland Paris once, and like they had the set from Armageddon or something.
Yeah,
and it was like, go on the Armageddon roller coaster, just listen to Aerosmith.
Yeah,
and it's like it's a bit different.
Yeah,
didn't feel very very Disney, but yeah, it could be all right. But it's just, I don't know. I'd rather just. I think a lot of my youthful wonder has evaporated. And it's just been, now it contaminates the sky. So it's like, I don't know what to, you have to be a good sport, wouldn't you? There's things to enjoy about it. I don't know. It's just like, it feels like I'd focus much more on the 5 minutes of a roller coaster, 45 minutes of queuing. And it's just like, I don't understand what the joy is here.
Yeah.
Maybe I just sit in a restaurant. I'm getting old. In other news, a couple in South Korea accidentally vandalized an art exhibition after mistaking a painting for a participatory piece.
What?
Oh, they want us to join in with this painting.
Why? Why? When has that ever been the case?
In an art exhibition. So I think the deal was, from reading it briefly, was like it was a painting that was painted on the day by the guy, and the brushes were left on the floor as part of the piece.
Right.
So there was paint pots and paintbrushes on the floor, and a painting that was valued at $500,000. And this couple came up and was like, oh, they want us to paint it. So they've got black paint and spreading it all over the place. The couple, a man and woman in their 20s, thought paints and brushes laid beneath the artwork were for visitors' use and contributed black splotches to the piece. The work, which was painted for a live audience by American graffiti artist John One, is worth around $500,000. The paintbrushes were used in the live performance. Kang Wook, the head of the exhibition at Seoul's Lottel World Mall, told Reuters they were in discussions with the artist about restoring the painting. But the artist was kind of cool. He was like, they just made a mistake. Don't worry about it. They weren't like, oh my God, sue them or anything like that. It was like, no, there was fucking paintbrushes and paint by the painting. They just made a mistake. They thought they were allowed to do this as a participatory sounds is a weird word to say.
I mean, I wouldn't assume unless there was a sign, like explicitly.
Yeah. Well, since the incident, the painting has been displayed elsewhere, now with a fence in front of it.
But
now it's got a fence. You can't reach the painting anymore.
Well, why bother? Why? At that point, I'd be like, well, yeah, no, fair enough. Join in. Because it's already ruined. Turn it into something else.
Well, they're going to restore it by using, I don't know, Photoshop.
Lasers, yeah.
Yeah, just look at T1000.
Yeah.
I don't know, it'd probably work, wouldn't it? In other news, dad of 4, Kevin Jones, was caught driving his van over the cannabis limit. I didn't know there was a cannabis limit.
I don't know how you test for
driving. There's a blood test.
Have you had cannabis? Yes. You're over the limit.
Isn't just any cannabis?
I would have thought so.
You can't drive under the use of any illegal drug, right?
No.
Police pulled over the 36-year-old in Chell Heath after receiving a tip-off that he might be under the influence of drugs.
Chell Heath? That's
around us. Yeah. Around me, I think.
Right,
yeah.
So it's 100% illegal.
Yeah.
So there is no limit. It's just illegal.
I mean, he was over the limit. It's just that the limit is like -5.
Yeah.
But someone tipped them off. So I think that van's under the use of cannabis.
Yeah.
North Staffordshire Justice Centre heard he tested positive for cannabis behind the wheel. He denied smoking it, telling police he used the illegal substance to make cannabis butter to help with the pain in his knees. I've been rubbing it on my knees. That still counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in your system. No, it's on my knees.
Yeah.
Into your system. One other explanation was that he may have inhaled some cannabis while visiting a friend who was smoking a joint. How old's this guy? He's 36. He's giving the excuses of a 12-year-old.
Come on.
And then what a twat for grassing up his mate.
I would imagine you're likely to get into less trouble if you just tell the truth, as long as the truth isn't, I did it and I killed somebody.
Well, the thing is, like, I didn't include everything, but like I think he's a landscaper or something, and business has gotten busy and lockdown's tough, and he's fractured his knee or something.
Right.
So he was using it for local
they'll just
pain
give you
relief.
a fucking slap on the wrist for that and tell you to fuck off.
The thing is you go like, well, okay, fine, but like, how could you not put the two together that by rubbing cannabis on your body doesn't get absorbed into your body?
Yeah, and
make you a liable. He's go like, yeah, sorry, I use it for pain relief.
Yeah,
and it's a grey area at the moment. But yeah, this is the deal. Not like, oh, I think Tim. I went to see Tim, At his house, he had a
Yeah.
friend round. I didn't know his name, and I think he was smoking something, and maybe I inhaled some of that.
Yeah, they breathe, and I also breathe, and we all breathe together.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Not guilty. It's stupid, and we've obviously got our own views on, the illegality of marijuana. But
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But
I did
for the
smoke it.
time
I
being,
rubbed
at
it
least,
on
the
my
law
knees.
is what it is. Don't, just be honest.
Yeah. I didn't smoke it. I rubbed it on my knees. It's just a good.
Still not legal. It's not legal to carry it.
Don't smoke meth. I vape it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's right then.
I just keep it in my pockets.
Just keep it in my liver.
Yeah.
That still counts. What are you talking about? Lastly for me, actually, I don't... Wow, 40... Well, it's not too bad. A Filipino man who was found breaking quarantine rules died after being made to do 300 squats by police as punishment.
The fucking Philippines, man.
It's so brutal. He was allegedly stopped by officers while buying water after 6 p.m, which is illegal. Because of, a quarantine curfew.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
He collapsed the following day and later died.
It's water. I need water. It's after 6. No
so
crisps.
intense.
No.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah. Can't go out. Can't buy newspaper. No milk.
What makes it worse is, I'll just read through it. Marlo Solero, the guy's ice cream,
2 ice
police
creams.
chief of General Trias City, said there's no physical punishment for those found violating curfews. Only lectures from officers. So he's saying they shouldn't have made him do 300
A
squats.
lecture.
Due to budget cuts, we can't afford a podium for you.
Yeah.
So here's do 300 squats.
Yeah. So I'm due to give you a lecture. I've got these slides on ketchup.
Yeah, it's going to be massive. A relative of the victim, Adrian Lucina, announced his death on Facebook. He said, just like the Raw family, he said, Mr. Peneredondo and others found violating the curfew were told to do 100 squat-like exercises in sync together. If they failed to do them at the same time, they'd have to repeat them.
Oh.
The group ended up doing 300.
For fuck's sake. And you have to, because this is a place where the police will just shoot you. Yeah. You executed in the street by bike gangs.
Yeah, it's a weird lecture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mr. Peneredondo came home at 0600 on Friday morning in pain. His brother said his live-in partner told local news about Rappler. Outlet Rappler, they told a local news outlet called Rappler that he struggled to move throughout Friday. That whole day, he struggled to walk. He was just crawling on the floor. But I didn't take that seriously because he said it's just a body ache.
Yeah.
It's just a body ache.
Just DOMS. I got DOMS.
Yeah, wicked sick session last
Got
night.
pulled over and the police gave me a bleep test.
To the moon. That whole day he struggled to walk. The following day he collapsed and stopped breathing. He asked Miss Bals asked the neighbours to help revive him, but he died. Oh.
Right. I mean, how old was he? Is he old?
I think he was... They did have his age on here, but he was older than 20.
I mean, right. So I don't know his circumstance and his health and everything like that. And it's the Philippines, so the chances are not great. But, I wouldn't want to do 300 squats. But if I said, that's going to kill me, I wouldn't be serious about that. I'd be like, I'm going to be a bit sore tomorrow, and that's going to be it. 300 squats won't kill you.
What, maybe if you haven't done anything else that day, but I guess if you, let's say you're already doing leg-breaking labour all day, and you're like, finally I get to go buy my bottle of water.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be dehydration or something, maybe it triggered a chain of events biologically or something. I don't know, but doing a bunch of squats wouldn't kill you. Doing too many squats wouldn't kill you. You'd have to collapse.
Yeah, well, could have been dehydration, could have just been muscle failure.
Yeah.
He could have injured himself while doing it.
Yeah.
It could have, I don't know, maybe he had a device. Maybe he had like a slinky under his leg. It's slinky to death. I need sleep. During a television address on Thursday, President Rodrigo Duterte warned citizens not to defy lockdown rules, saying, "I won't hesitate
to make you do squats."
Yes. I'll squat you to death.
Yeah.
I won't hesitate. My orders are to the police and the military, as well as village officials. If there's any trouble or occasions where there's violence and your lives are in danger, shoot them dead. If your life's in danger, get shot.
God almighty. That place, man.
It's just an intense place.
It was
I wish they had a Disneyland.
I feel like it was suddenly in the news. Like, it was fine and normal for just centuries, and then suddenly this guy came about. Now there's like meth and bike gangs and just shooting people in the street.
He's the mad lad Prince, whatever his name was.
Whatever.
Andrew.
Yeah.
No, not Andrew.
Philip. Yeah.
He's the mad lad Prince Philip of the Philippines. Came along.
Philip of the Philippines, like George of the Jungle, but a bit more extreme.
But a bit more throwing the innocent people out of helicopters kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab the vine. There's no vine. I know. Guy's just a prick. Anyway, that's me this week. Don't go out after 6 p.m. to buy water in the Philippines.
No.
That's the moral of that story.
It's very true. Oh, speaking of squats, gyms are reopening in like 2 days. Are you going?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Assuming I've slept.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna be very. Hopefully, even if it's just how it was before with all the lockdown stuff, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, I think I've booked everything. But I think it is still like weird 1 hour slot things where I am.
Yeah, I was fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah, like it's enough.
Really
it's enough. I mean, and you can't. There's nothing stopping you booking like 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean the gyms were really lax about it. They were like, look, you book for half an hour slot so that there's enough space for everybody.
Yeah,
we can only have a certain amount of people in the building or in the pool or in the gym area at one time.
Yeah,
so if you outstay your welcome, please leave. And everyone kind of did that, so it kind of all worked.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether there'll be a massive bang of people going to the gym again. I imagine there very well could be.
Yeah. Well, I think they're saying we can get changed at the gym again now or something, which we haven't been able to do for a while at ours. Like it was always allowed. All our changing facilities were closed, and like I went in there once on my way
into the toilet, right, and then you got yelled at.
And got changed in a cubicle, and like someone was shouting at me on the way out, like, "Have you got change in there?" Like, yeah. Like, well, you can't do that. We got to bleach it all now. Like,
if you want me to leave, I've got to go back in and change back.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, but it's like if I hadn't got changed, I can still go in there and have a shit.
Yeah,
and that's fine. But just can't put a shirt on.
Yeah, just can't you can't raise your arms.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It was weird. But yeah, no, I'm ready for it now.
Yeah, definitely.
Be good. Yeah, gymming, swimming. Anyway, a woman in Ohio was arrested this last week after texting her sister that there was an active shooter at her workplace as an April Fool's joke.
I'm just going to send my sister a quick text.
Yeah.
April Fool.
Her sister decided not to message her back in case the woman was hiding, so she called the police instead. Which is like good thinking.
Makes sense. Yeah, did the right thing.
The police showed up looking for an active shooter.
Shooter's a good thing.
What? No, exactly.
It's of active shooter April Fool's been a thing.
It's a fucking dumb thing to do.
Yeah. Lol. My life and everyone I work with, their life is in danger. Lol.
Yeah. And like they're gonna have fucking arguments about that every Thanksgiving for like until the day they both die now.
She has to die in a shooting now.
Yeah,
It's the laws of the boy who cried wolf.
The woman who cried April Fools.
Yeah, the woman who cried bang.
Yeah. Yeah. In other news, Yuri. Oh, let me just expand that. Yuri Tolochko, the bodybuilder who stunned followers last month after announcing that he was divorcing his sex doll wife Margot.
Oh no! We've had the origin story of this romance.
I know. Like,
right?
I didn't know about the divorce, but we're a couple of stages on now. So he's divorcing Margot. He's already divorced Margot. Has stated this week that he and his new sex doll wife Lola are welcoming Luna, the sex doll, into their relationship, officially forming a throuple.
Why bring the church into this? You don't have to bring the church and the government into this.
Well,
you can have love. You can love a doll if you want. That's fine.
Well,
but why are you trying to make it a three-way marriage?
I can't imagine there's an official wedding. I can't imagine someone officiated. Like, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure Ken was there. He could have officiated, right? He's probably part of his Malibu beach house package.
Yeah. Followers were concerned that Luna looked quite young, but Yuri assured them that she is of legal sex doll age.
Again, bringing the law into this. Like, you can do whatever you want. It's a doll. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but it looks young. Oh, yeah, well, technically she's 3 weeks old. Got her fresh off the presses. And yes, she is basically a Digimon.
Yeah.
But legally, she's of sex doll, what was it, consent?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he said it's because she's Asian and Asian people look quite young.
Oh, did I forget to open this door of my personality?
Yeah.
Asians! just people. Mate, I'm not even prompting you on anything.
No.
I'm just called to see how you are. You've got on this massive binge. All right, mate, fine.
But anyway, because his fans were like, oh, she's quite young, he said that he and Lola would treat her respectfully and, in quotes, like a sister when in the public eye. Okay. Third door opened.
Yeah. Just inappropriate family incestuous marriage.
To a sex doll. To two sex dolls.
Yeah. That he owns. Slavery as well.
Right. There's also, I thought it's worth mentioning because I had to go to a second article to break this bit down because this article, for some reason, didn't go into it. It's worth noting that while followers were concerned about Luna's age, they don't seem to mind that Lola, the doll that he married after divorcing Margot, is in fact half chicken.
Leave it there. And that's all we have to say on the matter.
The article didn't say that. The article just mentioned in passing that
she was a chicken.
Lola, half chicken, was and it just went on. It was like, wait. I thought it was a typo and it was like half Chinese. And it's like, well, they've already been talking about Asian stuff. Like, it makes sense. But I went to another article and it's like, no, it's a massive chicken with the head of a woman.
Is this Sid from Toy Story? Is this grabbing teeth, wedging them together, and then marrying it to their children?
I don't know, but I like this guy's story, and I want to carry on.
I'd love to elope with a half chicken hybrid. Wow the world with my life story.
Well, there's normally public outcry with these things for divorcing your long-suffering wife that's had to put up with you for all this time in order to go for a younger model. That's the typical thing with a man.
Yeah.
Not to go for a younger
Not
chicken.
Half chicken. Yeah, she's just you haven't got the clock that I'm looking for, or something like that, Yeah.
Yeah. So
Guy just lives an interesting life.
He
Holds no boundaries. Dolls, humans, chickens.
Yeah.
Put them all together.
Yeah, so that's Yuri for now. I'll keep an eye on him. And finally, a cyclist in Miami has fallen to his death after ducking under a traffic barrier trying to, in quotes, beat the drawbridge.
Oh, God. This happens. It happens more often than I think any of us would consider.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked next to a railway line at uni where it had train in Alsager where those train barriers come down. And I think I've seen a few people try and get around that.
Stupid.
And you just go, look, I just don't understand. But I don't understand most people's, I don't know what you would call it, but it's just just wait.
What's the thing? The thing is well, it makes you wait far longer than you need to. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes. Okay, let's say it's 10 minutes. Is that would you trade that 10 minutes for the rest of your life?
Yeah. Just, would you rather be a mist? You can be a mist if you want to, just go ahead, but just chill for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
In terms of things you get road rage about, the train trumps your car.
Yeah.
Have you seen a Razor? Your car will explode.
Yeah.
Have you seen most 90s films?
It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I originally thought he's ridden up and tried to make the jump. And he's fallen short and just fallen into the water and died. But he didn't. He got almost to the apex. And then it was too vertical, and he slid back down again, and landed.
Oh, hang on. So it was like a collapsing bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
And it slid back down and landed between the bit of the bridge and the road.
He died of failure.
I guess he got crushed or something, just something
mate.
Horrific.
I thought you meant he was cycling and trying to get underneath a
No,
barrier.
he dodged the traffic barrier and was trying to get up over the bridge before
He was trying to Blues Brothers.
Yeah, but no,
Just died.
just fell, got crushed.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
Killed by a bridge.
and but the rest of the article is just talking about what a great CEO he was, and it's well, he wasn't that great.
He was on his way to a very important Heinz marketing
He was
meeting.
very passionate about ketchup.
Yeah. He had to get to that meeting for that PowerPoint that he really wanted to give.
12 billion.
That's a lot of ketchup.